A public disagreement has erupted between billionaire Elon Musk and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer after Musk's controversial remarks on social media suggested that the UK is on the brink of a civil war. The remarks made by Musk on his platform X came in response to a video showing rioters launching fireworks at police officers where he said that civil war is inevitable. The riots have sparked widespread concern, with many fearing that disinformation circulating online is exacerbating the situation. Musk's comment was swiftly condemned by the Prime Minister's spokesperson, who emphasized that there is no justification for comments like that. The situation intensified when Musk responded to a post from Sir Keir Starmer, who had been critical of the violence against Muslims, saying that Starmer should think about all communities. Amid the chaos, Prime Minister Starmer has been active in coordinating the government's response to the far-right violence sweeping the country. He convened an emergency Cobra meeting with ministers and law enforcement officials to address what he described as mindless thuggery. Starmer announced that a standing army of specialist officers would be deployed to manage the situation, and stressed that the justice system would be expedited, with many arrests already made.
There are a number of actions that came out of the meeting. The first is we will have a standing army of specialist officers, public duty officers, so that we'll have enough officers to deal with this where we need them. The second is we'll ramp up criminal justice. There have already been hundreds of arrests. Some have appeared in court this morning. I've asked for early consideration of the earliest naming and identification of those involved in the process, who will feel the full force of the law.
Starmer also stressed that the law applies online, stating that anyone who has been found to have committed a criminal offence online can expect the same response as those directly participating on the streets.
The message from me this morning was very clear in the Cobra meeting, which is the law applies online. So if you're inciting violence, it doesn't matter whether it's online or offline. And therefore, I expect, just as in relation to those that are directly participating on the streets, for there to be arrests and charging and prosecution. Equally, anyone who has been found to have committed a criminal offence online can expect the same response.
The riots, which began in Southport following the arrest of Axel Rudakubana for the alleged murder of 3 young girls in the stabbing incident and multiple attempted murders, have been fueled by misinformation. Over 400 arrests have been made since the riots began. Despite the escalation, the government has dismissed calls for military intervention, stating that the police have sufficient resources to manage the situation. The Reform UK party leader, Nigel Farage, demanded in a statement on X that Starmer should not discount the use of military intervention in case the situation was to deteriorate further. He also said that the recall of Parliament would be suited in the situation. The UK continues to grapple with the protests that erupted following the arrest of Axel Rudakubana for the Southport stabbings. Meanwhile, the public feud between Elon Musk and Prime Minister Keir Starmer highlights the broader challenges of managing the impact of social media on real-world events.